Which is hilarious to think our first offensive is, or the major offensive is a bunch of goddamn camels. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot, and today I'm covering another Age of Empires 4 game. I had another one recorded, but unfortunately it got corrupted, so here's another one. But this time, let's go over a content creator that is a little closer to home for me. That would be Major Bones. Yes, I'm actually friends with Major Bones on Xbox. It's shocking. We did that after he murdered me. I believe it was 28 or 35, something like that, times in Back for Blood. I sent him a friend request. Point is, he is playing Age of Empires 4, and he is playing with Cithro, and also on his team is Pink Taurus. So, okay, interesting name. For a second there, I'm like, Taurus, is that similar to Halo 2? Tartarus, just pointing out there. We also have Rob Shiv, Barnep, and Purple. With that being a number of different guys by the Chinese, the Rus, and they are the English, the French, and the Absid Empire. So, some good factions right there. I believe the weakest one right now is Delhi and the Chinese, specifically Chinese with gold requirements, and the Delhi just because of the fact that some of their best units are later on, so you have to make sure you can survive. But let's see how these guys do. And for those who are tuning in to Age of Empires 4, yes, I actually cast games on Age of Empires 4. So if you want to submit something, submit it down below to my Discord or my Gmail. Just list your name, your, of course, gamer tag, or who you are in on Steam or Xbox. Then you have to list the replay itself in terms of, like, details about it, the date at which it is, so I can pull it up. Really does help. Anyway, speaking of which, let's double check to see how the French are doing, because I want to say there's the French, yeah, which are considered the one of the best empires, and specifically for two reasons. One, it's trader ability, so you can get whatever you can pick, and the second one would be the Cav, which are seriously strong in its ability to mass produce them. But yeah, it's just, you can see here, taking all the food, taking it back, so we get a healthy amount. Again, we can check at overall income right now, and we can see that the income per minute is best with Barnup. And actually, Cithro doing very well for himself. Let's jump over to him. Cithro, by the way, making, wow, actually a ton of food and also a ton of wood. Rob having a little bit of a rough time, but again, that happens occasionally with certain players, and they shoot up in just a moment. But no, Cithro doing a very good job of getting wood. You can see here he has 6 and 6 with food as well. Just tearing apart that poor sheep that, yeah, that helped build his empire, you know, expand himself. Again, he's going to need to build houses to expand himself. But the opposite empire, I believe, is also a very strong base, because unless I'm mistaken, isn't it one building? Yeah, the House of Wisdom that essentially expands different parts. I haven't played them that much, so that's why it's like, pointing that out there. I don't want to go too much into detail about faction that I'm still learning. And that's the thing about this game. Company Heroes 2, I have years and years of experience. Age of Empires, still new. But through casting, I can help and hopefully expand on others. For example, expanding this house into different compartments, and that allows for different bonuses and other things like that, which is, I think, really cool. But again, does come at a cost where that is one building, so you have to really make sure that it's protected, as enemy raids could come by. Now, we are on a map that has a lot of different waterways. I forget the name of this map, and unfortunately, I should probably remember it. But anyway, there are these waterways with some crossings now and again, but you have to be very cautious on how you approach things. For example, this bridge. We can see here that this raiding scout unit is going to try to collect sheep on Major's side, and most likely try to get resources away from him. Because if he can do that, he can collect it, and then, well, to put it simply, he get that extra meat, and he can build up a lot faster. Now, it seems on the right, it's interesting because it's essentially a 1v2 scenario, because we have over here, let's see, we got, we'll say Pinkley. I think Pinkley will be, that's how I'm called yellow. So Pinkley is on the right with Major, but then Cithro's over here, right? And he's by himself. And he has at least one crossing that I can see. Or at least one major crossing. Is there a way across between the two? I assume there's like little river crossings or little areas like this you can easily come by. But it does make it very interesting in my book to how you can support your allies in terms of, you know, sending stuff over. Now, of course, there's stuff here, but you have to be very cautious on how you approach things. Now, the Rus and the Chinese. The Chinese, if you get the gold, are pretty solid in terms of being able to build, I believe it's defenses and expansion is like, which is weird, but like their walls are really, really solid. And also and I think the Rus get some really strong gunpowder units, if I recall correctly. Again, haven't played the Rus and definitely haven't played the Chinese all that much. Mostly it's been English and French as I learn the game and go through it. Anyway, we see here he's trying to deal with a pesky wolf that's chasing him. He's like, get away, get away. God damn it, I can't lose the unit to a wolf. It is weird how there is a solo wolf. You figure that they would be a large amount of them, like ambushing your scout unit. That would be cool. That would be really cool in my opinion. Oh, well, he killed it. Good for him. Hopefully he sends a worker over to collect the meat. Shit, just like, all right, we got the body, let's go. But let's check the income again. And yeah, Sithra doing very well. But also Rob bringing things up a bit, getting a ton of wood, where Barnup having a little bit of a rough time. But again, let's see how they've been faring. And right now they have the wood, they have the lumber facility, they have all this. Again, the big thing would be meat in terms of getting that back, which unsure. It looks like he's just chilling here. Might have just been collecting it and used it already. But yeah, like, oh no, he's already he's collecting the meat. He's not collecting berries. Oh, he just hit the sheep over the head. Wait, reach the feudal age. Is that the first person we've seen with the feudal age? Let's check the military. Barnup, Cithro, and Purple. Actually, so 2 of the Team 2 players and 1 of the Team 1 players have made it, well, to that capacity. So, very interesting, very interesting. Oh, there goes Pinkley. And Pinkley has built his facility, being the, so the council hall, which I believe mass produces longbowmen. That's like its bonus. It can really pump out a lot of guys, which helps. Again, longbowmen are really solid at able to, I believe, if I recall correctly, put up defenses to help it hold up against enemy cavalry, while also bringing up a really good long-range capabilities with, of course, their bows. Again, long bows, if you don't know, were a very, very good weapon that the English used during the 100 Years' War that helped in a lot of key battles, which the English probably would have fallen. Again, you know the outcome of that war if you know history, but still, it's those few pieces of technology that can just really help turn the tide. One of my favorite games of all time, Civilization 5, shows the turtle ship, and that's also what I love about it. Like, the turtle ship is like, that thing shouldn't work, and it dominated against the Japanese. Like, it absolutely did so much. Again, having good tactician really helped, but it was such a decisive technological victory against the Japanese when they tried to invade Korea. It's one of those cool things where it's like, ah, okay. Speaking of interesting things, it's like, okay, got the sheep, let's go. So nice job on Major collecting the enemy sheep and hightailing it out of there. We also have some military buildings going down for a strong defense of, well, hopefully their side of the river. Now again, we have the main route. We have barricades up. I wonder if he's going to build like defensive towers, like little archer towers that you can make. They kind of just hold the line. The outpost, sorry, that you can make. So, you know, could be something to bring up. But no, he's building all his military buildings here, most likely to bring up reinforcements as quickly as possible. Again, this is easier to burn down with your base guys, but if they build stone, that's going to be a lot harder to crack, and you're going to need artillery. So, looks like, again, trying to get some more wood. 36 guys, all right. Major's at 36. We have 23, 34. Barnup at 26. Rob is at 30 at PopCap, actually, which is very interesting. Oh, no, he immediately realizes that. It's like, okay, build the houses. We need to expand. Which, again, I think right now in this game, I think one of the positives, I think it's the Mongols. I could be wrong on this, but I think the Mongols have max PopCap when they start, which is really, really solid to have. Well, because of the fact that you don't have to worry about these houses. The Mongols can also just pack up and leave. They're like, Hey, I don't like this battle. Alright, just go to the other side of the map. We'll figure things out after we refocus. It takes a ton of micro, but if you're good at that stuff, it can be very good. Let's see, Purple is 23, but looks like he's built a ton of facilities. So, very, very cool. And looks like he has a decent amount on gold right now. 650. Wait, he has plus 255 a minute? Hold on. Is that right? Where's his gold reserves at? Oh, they're over here. Okay. Damn, is it? Wait, hold on. How much gold are people getting per turn? Rob is getting the most with 600 per turn. My God. Yeah, I mean, you wanna support your local army. Make sure you can pay them properly, or in this case, upgrade them very well, and upgrade your base. Hot damn, 600 food as well. That's putting him at the top, next to Barnup. So again, it looks like the Team 1 is gonna have a real tough time especially if they can keep these levels going. Cithro's doing well with the lumber department. It's not like he's that too far behind with food, but compared to like Major has 200 food lower, so he's gonna need to work on it. And a good way to do it, start killing sheep. I've noticed a lot of sheep, though. Again, some people wait to use sheep, which makes sense. Just hear me out, and we'll use it in times of great economic upheaval where they have to spend a ton of resources to fight someone. So instead of using the sheep early, they'll use it later, or so I've been informed. Let's see how Major uses it in this key battle. I can tell you right now, he's getting a ton of stone, which is very interesting to see. He has 9 guys on stone right now, so he's mass producing it, which is very interesting in my eyes. I'm curious because why is he getting stone? And I think we found our answer. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Hall of Major, or the defensive Major, which he's building 2 additional emplacements. He's probably going to line this entire area up with most likely archers or other defensive works. Most likely try to hold back enemy forces from pressing. So, and again, if this is a major choke point, it makes sense. Now, there is ways you can, of course, ignore that. Taking this sacred site, for example. If you take this sacred site, along with the 4 other ones, which are at these key objectives, you win the game. Now, that might be a little bit harder to do in this game, to push against that river. So you're like, okay, Greyshot, well, it's 2-2. What do you do? By the way, gotta give it to Barnup for recent castle age, because I think that's the first guy who's reached it. Oh, Barnup and Rob. The Russians are really rushing for those tier 3 ages. So, excellent job right there. Where did he make that? Oh, okay. High Trade House. Okay. So we got High Trade House over here. And then we got Barnup. Did he do the exact same thing? Let's see. Where is it? Yep, that's High Trade House. Okay, cool. Good for him. But no, it is very interesting because the other thing you do, especially if they're trying to go economic, is a wonder victory. You could push to try to get a wonder. It does cost a lot of resources, but if you get enough of it and you focus on it, and again, you can kind of trade resources with your team in certain aspects, so it could honestly help if you do that and force the enemy to come to you. That might be how they kind of play this game. It's also very interesting because we're not seeing any of Team 2 be very proactive in building defenses or any sort of works. But, like, we check at Cithro, and he has a whole ton of camels. Which are light range cavalry. Which I find hilarious is, yes! How do we defeat the enemy? Camels. That's how we beat them. I'm sure the Russians will never see it coming. Cossacks will be deployed. They're riding like, all right, man, let's try. What the heck is that thing? It has 2 humps. No, but no. It's again, camels. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. All right, we'll see how well they do. And again, the great thing about a ranged light unit like that is you can fire and run. You can honestly just try to keep at a distance and slowly wear the enemy down. More lumber being developed and brought back to base as well, which makes sense. Kind of tear this apart. It's not like the enemy is, well, gonna, break through this or, attack your men anytime soon, since you have this protected, so you have good coverage. And, just in case you need to make a proper defense around your base, you can actually make, with the force here, a stone wall in a desperate situation and build up those defenses so you can, stop the enemy, rather than chopping everything down. That's a strategy, or you could just, have 2 bases. That's fine as well. A lot of food coming on in, 645. I think that's still higher than most. Gold, Rob is still kicking ass, 900. Sithro, though, is typically leading in food and lumber, though, again, Pinkley's also catching on up. Major's catching on up. Major's also doing very well in the stone department. He is making sure he is set. Right now, I don't... Wait, do we have it? Nope. We have some archers going up top, so just some light defenses, guys. Which is also weird that we're seeing, well, these guys up top. And the reason I say that is, like, I'm surprised they haven't tried to push forward yet. Like, they have the defenses. You're solid. You could possibly raid him or something along those lines. But we can see here, it looks like they have some villagers walking around. You can go kill them. Hunting cabins being set up. Most likely to kill all this stuff and get more food. So, just some light stuff I'm just thinking of. Just, like, in terms of, like, well, you have the army. You've put the resources into it. Why not use it? And if things go bad, just retreat back to your defensive works. I get it. You can put yourself in a situation where you're a little more negative than your opponent. But it is something to consider. I also do like how Major is scouting the map. Like, again, if we kind of go from his perspective, you can see he is doing a good job, along with Sithro, at, you know, going over all the territory and kind of scoping things out. Which is good to see. Because, again, in a lot of situations, if you have no idea what the map terrain is or what is happening, then you've lost a good chunk of the battle already. The camel seems set. We have a keep being set up, which is really solid at terms of stopping this. I still think a stone wall would be preferable, especially for Sithro, who, but unfortunately, he's just not getting much stone. So he may request Major send some guys over there and build the stone wall, since Major is getting so much stone right now. Like, again, he has, I think, what, 12 guys? No, 20. He has more guys digging up stone than anything else. But I guess my also thought process was, why build stone the entire duration? Why not get it in the beginning and then worry about it later, right? Like, again, get all the stone you possibly can, mine it, I mean, there's not much left here. But that way you can focus on other fronts, which, again, seem to be very passive right now. The French have spotted some workers that are just digging into deer. Okay, then. They just immediately shoot another deer. Alright, food. More food. So, again, we'll see how things go. Defenses are still set up. Are we seeing any additional... Alright, current resources. Who has the most? Pinkley has the most food, which helps. Sithro has the most wood. Rob has 3,800 gold. Major has most stone, which we've seen with his stone production. I mean, yeah, he's going to have the most. Absolutely. So, curious to see how things fare with that. Actually, let's double check with Rob's up to. That's actually a good idea. So, military, Sithro has killed 11, so maybe there was a small push over here. Oh, he decommissioned all that stuff and is building proper walls now, so he has a solid defense. And I do like how he's doing this so he can fire at them in like a choke point rather than one wall. So let's see right now. He's lost 13, so obviously did he do a raid of some sort? I don't know, but he does have a ton of camels back here, so that might be the case. Anyway, I did say we'd check out Rob. Let's see what Rob is up to. Rob is built up a lot of houses. He can expand pretty quickly in my eyes with at least food and gold. So is he going with a more expensive unit? Alright, I just heard that. Alright. There's a poor deer just trapped over here. Oh, God. Run, Bambi, run! No, I'm sorry. I don't think that has horns, so that wouldn't be Bambi. No, unless it was Bambi like as a real kid. Which, if it's Bambi as a kid, then you have Patrick Stewart as the dad. Which is not a bad idea. Bambi 2 for reference. Oh, there it goes. Let's see right now. 8, oh, God. We have high armory. And yeah, he can easily buy a lot of this stuff if he wants to upgrade his stuff very quickly. So again, pretty solid in my eyes in terms of upgrading. And looks like he is doing something. He is actually buying the siege works. Increasing out the siege engines by 20%. Interesting. So wait, is he getting... Wait, is he doing bombard? Or is he just in general? Their range armor by 3. Okay. My only reason I bring that up is just because of the fact, like, are you mass-producing cannons, which are good against those defenses? Yeah, he's mass-producing cannons. Oh, God. But also that means a lot of wood, which you've kind of done okay in, but not as much as I would have thought you would have, in case you're going for cannons. So, anyway, that's just my thought process. Again, more defensive works. We got a white tower, which can pump out a bunch of guys and upgrade. We got ourselves a keep as well for defenses. Upgrades being completed across the board. And now we wait. That's the thing about Age of Empires 4. Sometimes it can be a waiting game in some instances. While you wait for the enemy to build up. And sometimes people are more proactive, and sometimes they're less proactive. In this situation, we have a ton of units on standby. And in this case, we actually have some of workers building additional stuff for additional emplacements and defenses. But we haven't really seen a proactive army yet. Or at the very least, I haven't seen it. Maybe I missed something in terms of the camels attacking, which would have been awesome, but alas. But yeah, no, I'm kind of curious. A lot of food, I'm assuming, is being brought up, right? By, let's see, that would be purple. How many resources do you currently have? Alright, they're doing, actually, they're doing the worst. Okay, yeah, they're doing the worst, typically. Man, now I know why there was a massive famine. Alright, purple, let's get some more food. So you can, build up your empire and then possibly go invade the French, English, or the Absid Empire. Yeah, Empire is definitely in your sphere, so there's that. Again, it's right now a race between Barnup and Rob, which is fascinating in my eyes. Very, very fascinating. Oh, but there's the cannons. And I've seen a lot of guys mass-produce cannons and then just try to blow up the enemy. Although, unless I'm mistaken, in chat, you could correct me if I'm wrong in this assessment, but the mangonel is better against, like, blobs, where the cannon is better against... Oh, the Song Dynasty, okay. I know my EU4, so I kind of know what that is. But this is better against, like, defensive walls, not necessarily buildings. I mean, it's still fine against units. I'm sorry, it's better against emplacements, buildings, etc., not against individual units. It's still fine against units, but it's not like end all be all. Like the other things are better in some instances. Are they cheaper? Actually, hold on. 320, 160, 320, 480. So it's definitely more expensive. Okay. But all right. So interesting. We'll see how much more. It is more gold, so it's more expensive, but we'll see how effective it is on the front. And he's gonna need to protect it. That's the thing. He needs to protect his men. And again, I'm kind of just waiting. I do like how he has Springholds. Springald, sorry. Springalds. Jesus Christ. They have very long range, and they're very good against enemy sieges. So, like, if you want to snipe a cannon, or a bombard in this case, you could snipe it with it. It's a good counter siege weapon. Looks like we also do have a siege weapon, being a Mongol. So, most likely, he's like, alright, there's gonna be a blob of forces coming across that bridge. Let's make sure we're secure. I love how all the trades coming in. It's so funny. That's great. That's so good. That's so good. All these trade networks just getting a ton of stuff. Really, really cool. Alright, let's see. What have you upgraded in the meantime? Or, hold on. Can I actually individually see that by clicking on it? There's probably a way. Oh, wow. Okay. So, Golden Age. Interesting. By the amount of structures. Cool. Oh, are we about to get a trade wing? It looks like a trade wing. Alright, so more resources. Okay. I would assume. Yeah. Cool. Alright. So far, again, I'm just waiting on either side to launch an offensive, but we're not. We're just gathering resources. We're over halfway through this game, and hold on. Wait a second. He's expanded the area around the sacred site, and he's continuing building more stables. So we could now see what could be, because he's producing so many of them, Major now focusing on building his actual army. Major could be going on the offensive here shortly and mass producing a bunch of again, you have a, what is it, knights? It's a specific unit. Let's see, hold on. The Royal Knight, I believe. Yeah, unique to French. Very, very solid horseman unit. Expensive with 100 gold, but still, if you can mass produce these, very, very good at just pulverizing the enemy. Especially if you upgrade them even more. They can just literally break enemy blobs very, very quickly and just run them down. Very powerful stuff. But the enemy has stuff. They have themselves a light range elite horse archers. So I guess the idea would be, if we can't defeat them in open combat directly, retreat and fire on, be a, how do I put this nicely? Engage them in very specific areas that you can pick them off in, but not necessarily in a direct confrontation. Just like split up, hit them, pick them off, and hopefully win. Again, we have mangonels as well, so if they get them across the bridge with some of this stuff in mass, that could be very effective. The other thing is, like, are we going to see a wonder? Like, is there any wonders on the field? No, no wonders. No one has sacred sites. Landmarks, we have 5 for purple. Everyone else have 4, 2 for Sithro, but that kind of makes sense. If he only has, like, 1 building over here, there's obviously going to be less for Sithro. Now, again, that makes it harder for that empire, because I believe if all landmarks and stuff are destroyed, then empire's dead. Like, it's just gone. So, curious to see how things fare in that regard. Oh! Hold on. We have our first battle, and immediately being picked off. Oh. Just being shot in the face. I love it. Alright, I'm assuming, do they have a unit in there at all? Or no? It doesn't look like they have anything. So. Oh, wait, hold on. Springald. That's inside. Okay. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like there's a Springald inside there, which would be the counter to enemy siege weapons. So he set that up, hoping they engage, and then he could snipe them from the towers. Not a bad idea. Meanwhile, do we have the same thing over here? Yeah, same thing in these defensive towers. So, looks like some solid stuff. We also have a Mangold, which could move itself over here and fire upon the enemy as they cross, in worst case. We have some, looks like longbowmen as well. Hold on. Oh, and there's another Springald as well. Probably butchering that name. Apologies, chat. Alrighty. So the question is just waiting for the battle to begin. Waiting for that huge climactic offensive to initiate itself. And yeah, we're still building up armies. Who has an army and how big is it? That's my question right now. Alright, we have a couple one kill for purple. But honestly, I'm kind of curious. We have 13 military units for major. Pinkley has 15. Sithro has 31. It looks like he has the biggest army right now. And that's mostly off camels. 38. Hold on. Hold on. Barnup has a total of 39. Where's his army? And where and how and what is it doing? Because he has a ton of workers, right? But where is his actual army? Like, where is it? I'm probably missing it somewhere. It's probably very obvious, and I'm missing it, chat. But I am trying to identify. Oh, there it is. Okay, so he has 26 of those fast-moving archers. He has 12 crossbowmen, and he has mangonels. He's probably building up to break through that line. Curious to see how that goes. Meanwhile, again, we're still getting we're trying to expand, get some more resources out. 44. Wait, hold on. That's for the same guy. 47. Okay, Rob has even more. And oh no, elite knights. Well, as well as elite horse archers. He's upgraded very well, and he's moving in to engage. They're gonna try to blitz down that wall. Looks like, and I like how he has counter siege weapons and cannons. The wolf is trying to engage. Leave us alone. Also, fire arrows. So obviously he's upgraded. Yeah, close to upgrading all the way, but still good for him. I'm sure the French have also done that. Let's double check with Major. Like, I have to assume. No, his base guys, like his guys on the front are somewhat okay. The question is how the horses. Where am I looking at here? Oh, right, horses are down here with all these guys. Yeah, he's elite royal knights. Okay, he's upgraded them quite a bit, and looks like he's gearing up for a push. Which again, I have to assume in this department, the French excel. However, it's just going to be interesting to see how they fare against the cannons, the elite archers on horseback, etc. I mean, the camels could help, and looks like they are launching an offensive, ladies and gentlemen. We have our first offensive, I think. which is hilarious to think our first offensive is, or the major offensive is a bunch of goddamn camels. Oh my god, they are just swarming across the field of battle, but there's no people right here right now. So again, kind of curious to see where they go. They're pushing in. Does purple have an army? No. No, he does not. He kind of failed in that regard. Now it looks like green, which moved all of his forces on the other side of the map, is not there. Although it looks like, again, I didn't even see this major setup of defensive works here. I don't know if all these guys realize this is going on, but okay. The camels are now running amok inside the city. Oh my god. Watch out, men! The camels are coming! The camels are coming! Oh, it's gonna be a massacre. The workers, they, again, our English have longbows, but like, oh my god, it's a massacre. Cithro, no! Think of the people! Speaking of which, we should probably go check out to see how things are going. The cannons are breaking it like butter! And they're actually picking off the troops as they pour on in. Cannons is well firing. Love how they somehow popping up forces on top of this. Again, you have some heavy melee forces, but they're kind of in a big battle right now, trying to deal with it. We have some flaming archers in the back. What's this? Oh, shoot! We have some reinforcements coming in from his ally. Again, more of those long-range archers. The Roots are really trying to give it their all right now, and I don't think Major's men can keep holding. They're going to wipe out an army, don't get me wrong. Like, again, the French are good in that respect, but against the other guys, I think the French are pretty much gone. Also, some defenses are being wiped out right now by the anti-siege works. But again, I'm assuming Major knows this, and yeah, he's bringing up reinforcements, mass producing, hoping the walls hold. And they will hopefully hold. But unfortunately, the camels decide, well, we killed enough of purple, and by that I mean we literally dwindled them down to 25 workers. Okay, 7 workers and a large military. Now let's just run rampant across the lines. Although there's a small army here, but again, unless the cannons fire, which they seem to be kind of stuck in. Oh, never mind. They're about to light them up. Oh, God. The camel's like, retreat! Retreat! Come on, fire. All right, good. They're trying to pick them off. Meanwhile, the French are busy trying to stop the advance of the infantry with crossbows and cannons. And it seems to be working, although they are taking heavy losses right now. What is that? Gunpowder unit. Okay. Trying to hold the enemy back. The French seem to prevail. Wait, no, they're still fighting. There's still a couple guys left. The French lose what's left, but more reinforcements are inbound. They're trying to push across the bridge. Unfortunately, because of the camels, reinforcements were cut off and are unable to come up to the front. We have some additional guys being made right now. Economically, who's producing more? Barnup has a ton of food. If anyone's going to produce a new army, Barnup will. But Cithro has more. Well, okay, Rob has a lot of, you know, stone. But everything else, Cithro's #1 in. So Cithro's the one to watch, which is hilarious because he's the camel guy. Which I never thought I would ever say in a game where camels are leading the way to victory. They're literally chasing down the workers. They're like, help us. We're being chased by camels. Oh, trebuchets are lighting the camels up, hitting them with rocks. The camels have been weakened a bit, but they still are pretty powerful, all things considered, and roaming the battlefield. Again, we look at green, and they lost a lot of their workers. They were starting to build up an economy, but again, if you kill the workers, they can't afford a long-term economy. So just something to keep in mind. The French lost all their outer defenses, though it looks like they are trying to... Well, hold on. Are they capturing this or just chilling? I guess he's just chilling. The French are building up an army. They have 20 of these elite knights. Up, we have a one-on-one battle. And yeah, this is where we can see here the elite horse archer is no match for an elite royal knight. So very cool to see. Now the camels are pushing into the other guy's gates. But now it's, funny enough, a battle between archers. The camels are trying to pick off what they can. Again, I love how they found a weak link, and they've been exploiting it so freaking well. The camels Watch out for the camels! Trebuchet, and again, looks like the camels are pretty elite as they massacred, was it Rob's army? I want to say? No, Barnes' army. Rob is green. Apologies. But, are the camels going to make it back to base? It seems like they're... Oh, my God. Those poor workers. Those poor workers. And we probably have... No, they actually lived. Hot damn. Oh, to be fair, they might want to move. They finished their resources. But they're just scouting, just picking off units. And again, gotta give it up to Sithro for managing to do such an effective push and devastation upon the enemy. Like, Major and, Pinkley managed to hold back the large army coming through. Pinkley still needs to regroup his army and make something. But they held it back, right? They kept them busy on the bridge. However, the MVP of this game is the camels. The camels rushing through behind the lines and killing all the workers. Like, let's be very clear. These guys have tons of people that they've murdered, absolutely. But, I think it was worth it. I think these camels did a fantastic job at decapitating the enemy's ability to get resources. And they're going at them again. Like, I'm not seeing much of a force protecting these guys. That's the weird thing as well, is like they didn't even put like a fortified wall of any type. Like, I get it. Like, you can see the Rus, they don't have walls. I'm assuming the Chinese, they also have walls, but they're a little more expensive. Like, that's the only thing I can imagine why they wouldn't have them mass produce it. No, it's 15. It's the same. So, I have no idea why this player didn't put up any defenses. He absolutely should have. But now we have more camels being made. Push being made by both the camels and the elite knights. Sithro and them trying to push the base. There is a keep here, lighting them up. They are going to pull back and try to reorganize. Again, luring the enemy back and then picking off the stragglers. There we go. Lighting them up. And then the knights will just charge and mow them down. The workers are being absolutely torn apart. The keep's doing some things, but again, and the trebuchets are firing. But again, they're not really meant for this. They're meant for fighting buildings, not large blobs of cav, which they're still dominating. Hold on, reinforcements are inbound. We have, oh my God, no. They're charging up the gut as the camels fire from afar. When people think of house by house, street by street fighting, I don't think they think of literally horses in the streets shooting arrows and swinging swords at each other. But that's what we're seeing right now. And again, we have more of these elite knights. But the French are probably going to win this. Backed up by the camels. Oh my God, they're just navigating between houses. How big is that horse compared to the house? My Lord. Like, that's the second story. That guy's as tall as it. Okay. I mean, like, again, the guy on the horse can literally just grab the stuff from the second story window. I feel like that's a rather big horse. But I'll give credit where credit's due. The French and also Sithro's camels are smashing the enemy forces, picking them off, and are winning the battle still as the camels just massacre workers in the base. Oh my God. Barnup is having a rough time. Barnup is like, guys, help! My workers are dying in mass, and there's so many dead men in the streets. Is there any reinforcements that are coming his way? That's the real question I have. And it looks like the answer may be a no, as I double-checked Rob, and Rob doesn't really have much of a military. And then you have this guy, who's kind of just chilling in this base. And he's not really building any defenses or anything, so I'm assuming this is a newer player. Still, I find this amazing, the fact that he's just kind of chilling. He's building a keep. Why are you having two people work on the keep? Wouldn't it be better to have more? He is building more workers. He's trying to get that back up. But if we look at current resources, income, Team 1 is doing very well. But Barnup Team 2 is also doing fairly good with stone. But I also don't know why you would get a lot of stone as the Rus if you can't use it. Like, what would be the point of using it? For the keeps? I'm assuming the keeps, right? It would have to be the keeps. Let me click on a worker. And is there any workers left? That is the question. So, double checking on this. Yeah, it's the keeps. That's why. Okay, maybe he's building a bunch of keeps. Knights, continue to kill some units. And again, the camels continue to raid the outer lines. He needs healed. Like, these camels are pretty weak. Again, I believe religious units can heal very quickly. I know there's an English building that can heal fairly effectively. Hold on, more units are just scattered about. Trebuchets as well. I think Major might turn. I would assume he would turn to go deal with it. They're pushing the keep. Which again has a decent amount of health. I don't think he can... Well, hold on. Archers are firing upon him. Here come the knights. Just swarming through. There's just... Oh my god, that thing is like rapid firing archers. Like, look at this. Look at this guy in here. He's like, just keep firing. Just keep firing. Sir, how are we firing arrows at this speed? Shut up, this is a video game. But, yeah, trebuchets being obliterated by the knights. Very solid job at just keep... Again, I love how the fact they just keep knocking out these smaller forces. The keep is now under heavy fire from all ways, and there's not much stopping him. He has units coming on in, but they're just getting picked off. They're not doing much. Alright, never mind. I guess he has enough knights to where they can just chuck a bunch of stuff and burn it to the ground. Okay. Trebuchets is trying to come in, but it's not going to work, buddy. And that's the big thing right now, right? Is if you can't protect your buildings, how in... Oh, wait. Not the oh my god, the camels massacred wait, is it purple? I want to say. Yeah, he has no military. They're dead. Barnup surrendered after losing his base. And now I'm assuming the knights and the remnants of the camels, which, by the way, the original group made it back. Gotta give it out. Gotta give credit to these camels. These badass camels that made it all the way back after so many raids. Anyway, the new group of camels also raiding the poor Chinese player, and yeah, he's could be better. Who's that population? I don't know. Rob is the only one with an army left, and he has 7 guys. I don't see this going well. I don't see this going well at all. Yeah, start building up defenses, boy, because you're about to be wrecked by a whole group of knights charging your lines. Anyway, camels continue to wreck house, leaving workers dead in their fields. How many civilians have you killed, Sithro? How many civilians? So many are dead. So many. But again, you're decapitating their ability to reinforce, so... We have a couple units. We have a lot of keeps. And they're pressing on in. Oh, God. Alright, here they come. We got 1 unit meeting that. Oh, those who healing themselves? Oh, that's bad. That's horrifying. I love how one guy's charging and immediately getting wrecked. The keeps are literally falling apart. Cannon moving on in. Gets a bit of damage, I'll give it that. Are the workers charging? The workers are fighting. Okay, sure. Why not? They got swords. They can fight. Knights turn around, slash the guy, and continue killing the keep. Well, there it goes. Oh my god, this is great. More knights are inbound, by the way. Wait, are they being... No, okay, they're just behind stuff. Camels look like they still need heals. So I guess you just didn't get that. I thought the English... Like, I swear I thought the English have, like, a healing base. Or... Oh my god! What in... What? Oh, there's a wonder win, isn't there? 2 minutes before a wonder victory. I see. So Pinkley built his Cathedral of St. Thomas... And built 3 fucking layers. What is this, Attack on Titan? You got the outer wall, the middle wall, and then you have to get the keep, which I'll pretend is the inner wall. But, okay, maybe you need 1 more wall to be Attack on Titan. But still, look at this. Look at this. Like, the enemy, like on a good day, the enemy would have a hard time penetrating those lines. still. And you expect them to push it when there's literally camels and knights running through their base like crazy? The workers are charging. Fight the camels! Do everything you can! We must defeat the camels! Oh my god. Just absolutely massacred. Rob's like, I'm done. What does, okay, does purple have anything else? No. It's game. It's game. Like it's pretty much gone at this point. They're just finishing off the remaining defensive keeps, and then they're gonna burn this city to the ground. There's a couple random units, one with gunpowder, but immediately it died. So good thing I mentioned the gunpowder units that played absolutely no key part in this. I love the destruction physics here. It's so good. Oh my god. They're setting the houses on fire. And they're also killing everyone in the streets. More knights. And in this case, camels inbound. They're just killing everything around. How long that unit last? Alright, so I'm assuming he's going to destroy the remaining landmarks, which would be what? Would a university count? I'm unsure if the university counts, but oh, it's the military landmark. That's the unit they have to kill. They'll get the defensive work, and then let's see. We're looking at Rob. Rob has 2 left. Actually, university might be it. Am I crazy? Oh no. It's not. Okay, so it's just these 2. University doesn't count. Okay, cool. Just a bonus. All right, that's it. Camels have achieved victory, and the Wonder has also been locked down. So, okay. Well, that happened. So, congratulations for the Camels for absolutely annihilating the enemy force. All right, so double checking the map again. It was Confluence, so you know, or a map that rolls off the tongue. Look, I like Valhalla and Ragnarok, you know, and generally those types. Coagulation. Confluence, that's the map name? Okay. Well, solid game. And by solid, I mean complete and utter catastrophe caused by camels. Like, I felt bad. Like, they were doing well. They just weren't expecting Cithro's camel force moving in, killing all their workers and just throwing them off. Like, their main offensive, like, was barely held off by Pinkley and Major. Like, it was a good hit that they absorbed, and the first line of defenses that Major set up broke. So if there was a second wave, it would be interesting to see how that went. The problem in this game was the camels that literally just rammed through the lines and just massacred everything. That was the decisive wins. That was the decisive wins. But hey, what do you guys think? Statistics wise, Cithro got on top. Major was second. Third was Pinkley. How did Pinkley have a bigger army? I don't know. Anyway, economically, Major did pretty well, and technologically, Cithro did very well. So good. But no, that game was a absolute devastation to the enemy workers. And the reason why, maybe if you can't win on the field of battle, maybe you can win in their homes by literally massacring everyone. But, you know, do it with something unique, with camels. But anyway, like I said, guys, it's been greyshot17, casting as Age of Empires 4 replay. If you want to submit yours, submit down below. I also have other pieces of content on my channel you can absolutely check out. But otherwise, it's been greyshot, and I'll see all of you, hopefully, next time. Hey, guys, before you go, I want to give a special shout-out to Patreon supporters, Folkvard, Aphyria, Joey G240, Ace, ShinobiWarrior, Pyroshark, Little Koosh, and Seth Kuipers. Thank you all for your incredible support. You guys rock. This has been greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.